Elisabeth&Floss, and you will find out 25 surprising facts related to alcohol, so bear with us for some minutes.
Let's begin with the origins. Do you know that the beer is the oldest recipe in the world? It has been found on clay tablet, and Mesopotamia would have been the first country to produce beer, so thank you, Mesopotamia!
Surprisingly, Abraham Lincoln wasn't the US president during his whole life, even if he's known as such. He actually held a liquor license and operated in many bars and probably hung out with lots of alcoholic people by then.
Lincoln isn't the only famous person to be related to alcohol. Winston Churchill was a great drinker. He would start each day with a whiskey before moving on to brandy and martini later in the afternoon and in the evening. Well, now you know what to do to become a Prime Minister of England.
The story of alcohol isn't just found in history, but also in geography. Texas has a weird law which prohibits taking more than 3 sips of beer at a time while standing. But apparently it's fine to drink in the street as long as you don't drink to the point of intoxication.
And in East Asia, people have a tendency to get a flush reaction when they are drinking. Sometimes it's called the Asian flush syndrome or Asian glow. And this is because they lack the enzymes to properly metabolize the alcohol. So next time, don't worry if your Chinese friend is completely red.
But we also have good news. There's a cloud made of alcohol in outer space which could fill up to 400 trillion pins of beer, which means that each one of us on Earth needs to drink 300,000 pins each day for 1 billion years. No wonder why alcohol is so expensive. Something useful for you to know is how to say cheers in different languages.
Cheers!
In French, it's santé.
In German, it's Prost. In Chinese, you can say Ganbei or Gomboy.
In Swedish, you say skål. Skål.
Santé! Let's keep on translating words. Hangover, or the morning after the night before, is called wood mouth in French, wailing of the cats in German, carpenters in the head in Norwegian, out of the tune in Italy, blacklash in Spanish, and pain in the hair roots in Swedish. I think people who came up with those terms were drunk when they did it.
The way of treating hangover all over the world is funny. The Romans used to eat fried canary, and the ancient Greek believed in the power of cabbage, while the French put salt into strong coffee. But none of them really works, so we only have one solution. Don't drink so much.
However, alcohol can have some benefits. It would apparently be good for the brain by preventing brain trauma. Some research has shown that having some alcohol in your system could prevent from the spread of swelling and inflammation in your brain. Well, maybe later we will be treated for a headache with a few drinks.
And we don't even lose neurons because of the alcohol.
Well, I am not so sure about you.
Moderate drinking could even have some health benefits, such as the development of cognitive activities and the reduction of cholesterol levels. It is still dangerous, though, to be a binge drinker because of the disruptions between neurons.
But to have some health benefits thanks to alcohol, you need to consume it on a regular basis.
Contrary to what you feel, like being energetic, alcohol is actually depressant.
And it doesn't hydrate the body. Actually, alcohol dehydrates the body by making you going more often to the toilet. So don't be so naive.
Do you know that the major use of the very strongest alcohol is medical? Actually, it's more used in that way than actually for drinking. Some cough syrups contain alcohol, and that's why you can't drive afterwards. Imagine being drunk because of cough syrup.
Interestingly, the 13 minerals that are necessary to the body can be found in alcohol beverages. So you can actually survive by drinking only alcohol, as long as you are drinking water at the same time. We haven't tried it though, and we do not advise you to try.
Even if alcohol contains those 13 necessary minerals, distilled spirits such as whiskey, rum, and tequila contains no carbs, no fats of any kind, and no cholesterol, which is useful if you're on a diet.
You can even find alcohol in food, and nearly anybody is aware of that. Like lots of recipe involves alcohol, such as Dijon mustard or ready sauce. It exists an alcohol called pastis that you have to mix with water. The great thing to do to someone who has a hangover because of pastis is to advise them to drink water to relieve the hangover, and he will be drunk again.
And as this is not advice, this one is for real. To burn off the calories of half a bottle of wine, you will need to run for nearly 34 minutes. So alcohol can actually encourage you to do some sports. Another way to do sport is to pick up 600 grapes to produce a bottle of wine. Yeah, because that's what's needed to make a bottle of wine.
600? That's too many.
Just deal with it.
Whoa.
Got any grapes?
Well, and even if you're a woman and you like the idea of doing sports, like picking 600 grapes, don't exaggerate with alcohol. Bear in mind that you are more likely to be drunk and feel it. This is unfortunately due to different level of enzymes that are involved to break booze down.
That's not fair.
Yeah, but don't blame me.
Finally, because we're in England, here are 3 strange facts about British people. Let's begin with the fact that the average British person will spend 1 year of their life with a hangover.
So many hangovers that 1/3 of the divorce requests mention alcohol abuse as a contributing factor. So actually, if you want to divorce in England, just try to make your husband alcoholic.
Last but not least, the day before London banned drinking on public transportation, thousands of people went on the Circle Line to ride in a circle for hours and drink.
Well, we hope you found it interesting and that you are now aware of both good and bad sides of alcohol. And don't forget to have fun with moderation.
Moderation.